Hello, and welcome to the Healing Mama podcast. I'm your host and certified positive discipline parent educator, Danny Bonsignor. Join me for some encouraging conversations surrounding faith, motherhood, and helpful parenting tools for you to view everyday parenting challenges as a means to grow that is respectful to both you and your child. I'm so glad you're here. Hello and welcome back. Welcome to episode 32 of the Healing Mama podcast. I'm your host, Danny Bonsignor, and I am so glad you are here. I hope that you are having a wonderful week so far, and if you aren't, then I'm especially glad you are here because today we are diving into two powerful verses from Proverbs that speak right into our parenting. Proverbs 19:11 and Proverbs 29:11. I love these verses because they help to remind us that parenting isn't just about managing our kids' behavior. It's about growing in our character too. So let's talk about what it means to parent with wisdom, patience, and self-control. I actually want to share a quick little story because my husband and I were at lunch the other day, and there was a guy sitting by himself just a table away. We had our girls, and if you're new here, I am a mom of two little girls. Lorelai is 4.5 and Selah is 6 months. But he started talking with us, and it turns out that he is a dad to 5 children, all born within 6 years, and his oldest is 19. I asked him what the best thing about having 5 kids was, and he said how each child reveals something new in you that you get to grow and you get to heal. His advice was to prioritize our marriage, and if he could do anything different, it would be to have more consistent one-on-one time with each child. I loved that he shared that with us, and there is just so much wisdom to learn from those who have gone before us. And it was fitting for today's episode because our children do call us to grow. Proverbs 19:11 says, "A person's wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense." Proverbs 29:11, "Fools give vent to their anger, but the wise bring calm in the end." Reading those verses as a parent strikes deep because, let's be real, the tantrums, the whining, the messes, and the constant need can push us right to the edge. But God invites us to take a different path, a patient path. These two proverbs align so beautifully with the heart of positive discipline. Positive discipline teaches us that discipline isn't about control. It's about connection and guidance. It is being kind and firm at the same time. Proverbs 19:11 tells us that wisdom produces patience. In positive discipline, we call this emotional regulation. When we pause before reacting, we are showing wisdom. We are also modeling emotional regulation to our kids, which is how they learn it too. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. That doesn't mean we ignore all misbehavior. It means we don't take every little thing personally. Not every tantrum or defiant moment needs a consequence, and especially in the moment. Sometimes your child isn't meaning to give you a hard time. They are just having a hard time. It is okay to overlook behavior at times so that you can focus on what really matters: connection and teaching. Proverbs 29:11 contrasts fools and the wise. Fools give full vent to their anger, but the wise bring calm. This is what we aim for in positive discipline. We don't shame, yell, or punish, and we don't react out of anger. We stay calm and connected. We correct with kindness, never rage. Let me give you a personal example. The other week, our 4-year-old did not have her much-needed nap as our day was just packed full, and by the end of the day, when we were on our way home, we had to stop at Quick Trip, which is a local gas station, for a bathroom break. She went inside with my husband, And after a few minutes, she comes running out of the gas station, screaming and crying and holding something, and my husband is running after her. Turns out she wanted something. She was told no, and she reacted not out of line for a 4-year-old who was well past exhaustion, so I had choices here. I could give in to my own frustration. I could be upset with my husband because he was obviously frustrated. So the first thing I did was give my husband grace because I know that this probably was something that was very frustrating for him. And I know this is something that he is walking through and growing in right now. And I know that he is truly a wonderful dad. And this was a very new experience as this was very out of character of our 4-year-old. And I can laugh about it now. But in the moment, there was no laughing. He did a wonderful job. The next thing I did was give my daughter grace because like I said, she was exhausted. This is not something that she does on a regular basis, and there was obviously more at play here. And my next choice was to give myself grace. I could start to release my frustration on my daughter, and I could start lecturing her on why what she just did was unacceptable, why it is considered stealing when you take something without paying, and whatever else would have come out during this rant anchored in anger. So, what did I do? I actually chose to not even speak. I didn't say a word. I started taking deep breaths and I just held my daughter's hand while she felt all of her feelings. I told her I loved her, and that was it. I waited until the morning after we had had breakfast and we were both well rested and feeling much better, and then we talked about what happened and what we would do next time in that situation. Her behavior in the moment did not warrant a consequence, and I knew she wouldn't be able to receive anything I had to say in the moment anyways. I also knew my heart was not in the right place, and the best thing I could offer her is a gentle touch in my quiet. Am I always perfect? Absolutely not. But pausing and choosing self-regulation for myself has always been a win. So, if last week was tough, or if this week has started rough, if you've yelled more than you wanted to or lost your cool a time or two, I want you to hear this. You are not failing, you are learning. God's grace is big enough for you and your children. And every time you choose patience, every time you choose calm over chaos, you're planting seeds of wisdom in yourself and in your little ones. Keep showing up and keep choosing kindness and firmness. Keep leaning into the wisdom that comes from God. If this episode encouraged you, would you do me a favor and share it with another mom who needs a little grace and truth today? And if you haven't already, remember to hit the follow button so you don't miss next week's episode. Keep walking in grace. You are doing holy work. Until next time.